Hi guys, welcome into another edition of the Complete Angler. I'm Joe Long.
I'm JC Brooks. Oh, I'm explaining. Can you tell I'm not used to this? So today we're going to be basically doing a rating. Uh, this is complete winging like usual. So what we have here is we've got 5 lures all set up, and what we're doing is we're going to do pros and cons. What's the pros? What's the cons? And he's going to explain it, and then at the end we're just going to rate from best to worst or from worst to best, whatever he decides. So
Let's go through real quick what we got here. We got a clear cut. It's an FS 960 swimming jig, black and blue, good prototypical color. We got a Lucky Craft, made in the USA, crankbait. It's a Rayburn Red. And we've got a, let's see, this is a bluegill style Ozark Trail lipless crankbait. We got the Dandy from Rippin' Lips. It's a little jerkbait, very small, versatile jerkbait. And then we got the last thing is the Bait Ball Spinner Rig by Live Target. Okay, so I'm going to let him go ahead and
just to explain real quick, like I said before, pros and cons of each one. And at the end, it's just a quick rating, and we'll kind of, if we have time, we'll go from there.
Okay.
So, we have our Rippin' Lips one. What would be, I'll show this, what would be the pros and the cons of this one?
Okay, so early season where we're at now, the pros of this would be its collar. Very nice coloration. Its size, it's not big and overwhelming. It's something subtle. It's, a lot like a regular bait, like a shad would look like. So it's good in that way. Where a con would be, it's not a top tier bait manufacturer, and it's probably not a top tier treble hooks. A lot of times I'll trade the trebles out. The other thing is it's more pre-spawn. So basically a con would be after the spawn's over, I probably wouldn't use that. It wouldn't be very applicable then.
So you're saying after spawn, its effectiveness for catching a certain type of fish just goes down?
Yeah, because you would go to probably a bigger, better quality jerkbait if you're going to throw a jerk. Okay?
All right. Next one. What is this? Lucky Craft.
Yes. Okay. Again, that's a good pre-spawn. So it basically have the same thing. It would be good for the spawn. It wouldn't be so good after spawn, but you could still fish it. It's a Rayburn Red, which is a lake in Texas called Lake Sam Rayburn. So the pros would be, A, it's a Lucky Craft. They are real close to being a top-of-the-line manufacturer. It's made in the USA. That's a pro. It's a good size, good quality crankbait. The only thing, and I think it's got VMC hooks, I'm pretty sure. If it does, that would be a pro. I don't see it real quick, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's a very high quality bait. You can't say too many cons about it, other than after the spawn's over, it wouldn't be as applicable as some of our shad designs, bluegill designs, stuff like that, because it would just kind of be out of style, if you would.
Okay, next we're going to go with the Clear Cut one.
Clear Cut swimming jig. Black and blue collar. Very, very good coloration, good, light jig. I would use this all year round.
Can I interrupt you real quick?
Sure.
Just because I actually forget, this is actually a real question. These would be best used at nighttime, correct?
No, not necessarily. I mean, that'd be great at night, but it would be good all day.
No, because I remember we had talked about in a different video, it was
the black and blues
that
good
goes
at night.
That's what
Yeah, it is, but it's
good all the time.
It's good all the time. If you put a very small trailer on there, you could fish this really all the time. Right now, if fish are on beds, you can throw it on the bed and it would work good. Swimming jigs are good. We're a swim jig, not necessarily this one, but just a swim jig in general. A con would be it's got a light head. So if you're trying to punch your grass, it wouldn't be applicable. Mm-hmm. If you're trying to look on a pond and you want to go clear across the pond, it wouldn't be as applicable. Yeah. So it does have shortfalls. Clear Cut is not exactly a great brand name, but it's a good quality. It's what I would call an inexpensive, kind of average thing. But like I said, I could fish this every day. I could fish this from sunrise to sunset, after sunset even. So I really don't have any gripes on it.
Next one, we're gonna go. What is this even? What brand
it's a lipless crankbait.
Ozark Trail. Mm-hmm. Ozark Trail. Couldn't say
this is Walmart's new offering. That was, I believe,
$2.
Yeah, $1.97. I love the bluegill design. It's a great coloration. So pros would be the coloration. The pros would be that it was under $2. You buy a crankbait and it's under $2, you're good. Now, normal thing, as we talked about on this, normally on your economy crankbaits or lures, they got cheap hooks. Well, Walmart kind of got that by putting Eagle Claw hooks. Eagle Claw hooks are one of the top of the line hooks. So it's a great color, it's a great price, it's got great hooks, it's a good design. Drawbacks? I don't know. I mean, because
it's untested, so we really don't. A lot of these, all these are still in the box, so these are all as a lure themselves.
Yeah, and I'm there.
Individual lure. They're all untested.
I've used all these brands other than Ozark Trail because I just picked a couple of these up the other day. The con, I would guess, I would put it like this: you get what you pay for. And a $2 crankbait versus, an $8 to $10 type crankbait. I don't know that it could be as good, but right now I don't have any for sure gripes about it. So I'm gonna say with hooks, I don't think it's probably it's made in China. There's a gripe. It's made in the good old US of A. Got the flag on it. It's made in China. That's basically the only gripes I can really say about it.
So this is a live target, correct? Yeah.
That's a live target. They call it a bait ball. It's kind of like an Alabama rig and a rig. Pros, phenomenal company. Live Target makes some of the most expensive, most versatile fishing items out there. Negatives. First of all, there's a lot of moving pieces. Mm-hmm. That means instead of running this where you've got a couple places where it can hang on a rope in the middle of a pond, as we just got done telling stories on our last vid, there's a lot of places for this to catch on and lose. There's a lot of moving pieces where things could break. The pros is, if you get a bass or a muskie or a walleye or a pike to bite this, chances are it's going to be a pretty decent fish. Cons, it's price point. Most working class anglers like us
won't bite that because it's so darn expensive.
Yeah, I've seen lures from them that were literally like $30, and I'm like, really? You're gonna throw a $30 lure?
I'm not.
I mean, you could buy 15 of these. You got literally every different color, but it's a quality thing. I wonder if it's made in the USA. No, it's made in China. There's a grape. Okay. So basically, a lot of places where you could get snagged, a lot of places where it could break. But it's one of those high risk, high reward type of things. I think I'd catch more fish on literally everything here, but when I caught one on this,
It's going to be a good one.
It might be one to go on the wall. So that's basically what I got to say about Live Target. One of the best, most unique fishing companies, manufacturers out there.
So we've gone over every last one of them. I already have a favorite. Well, more sentimental towards it, just for one simple reason. It's untested. It's... Joe said it himself. He can't really gripe about it, other than it's made in China. But what is it nowadays?
Yeah.
But it's untested.
Lucky Craft.
So, but we're just gonna rate them from best to worst. Or actually, from worst to best, because that way...
Worst to best.
Worst
Okay,
to best.
what I'm going to do,
that.
I'm going to rate them on what I would use. Okay, if these 5 lures are all in my tackle box, and I'm going out on a lake, which one would I grab first? Which one would I grab all the way to then? You say go to the worst first?
The worst first, and then we'll work our way to the very best.
Worst first. I'm going to say this is the one I would not grab first. Nothing against it personally, but
it's very limited to when you can use it effectively.
Right. And I'm not a big jerkbait type of guy either. So that would be the worst. This would be the next that I would get rid of. It has big catch capability, but I'm going to catch more fish on these 3 that are left than I would on these, so I'm going to ditch that one. I got 3 good ones here. This is hard. Those were easy. This is hard. I'm going to get rid of this.
Wow. I figured that would have been...
Yeah, I like it a lot. I would use it a lot. I will use it a lot. But I like moving baits that I can throw a lot and they have an action and look like a fish. This, to me, does not look like a fish as much as the other ones. And henceforth, I have had more luck with small crankbaits than I have with jigs. So, I'm ditching the jig.
So now we're down to 2 left. Which one will take number 1?
We're down to 2 left. And this is even harder than the last one. As I sit here and look at them, there's a lot of things I like about one. There's a lot of things I like about the other. All season long. What would I grab? And what would I wouldn't? This is number 4. Made in the USA. I love it. Great pre-spawn. But after that, I would probably ditch it. So, the $2 Ozark Trail lipless crankbait and bluegill coloration. Every place I fish, lakes, ponds, creeks, blah, 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 have bluegills. This is almost as good a bluegill coloration as I've ever seen. It was $2, less than $2. It's got eagle claw hooks. The only gripe I have is that it's made in China. And like he said, 99% of the stuff you go and buy
is made in China.
It's made in China. So I have to further test this. And here's the square bill model. Same coloration. But this is the winner of our challenge. And it passed over a $15 lure and
like
an $8 to $10 lure and the others. And I think most versatile, day in, day out, is this guy. This is our winner.
And this is, and now that one has won, I want to say this. Just because it's more expensive or its name brand doesn't always make it the best.
Not at all.
Sometimes your $2 will catch a lot more fish.
Yep.
And your $15.
Yeah, think of how many of the Ozarks you could buy with the $15. Buy 7 or 8.
Yeah, I mean...
that's crazy.
Yeah, and like we said, these are untested. We're running high on time. So...
we're going to give them a dangle real soon. So, guys, thanks for watching the vid. I love these challenge videos. I got to say, this was all his idea. He gets all the credit. Leave in the comments which one you would have put at number 1. You can call us out and tell us why you think that. And remember, like, comment, subscribe, hit the ding-dong bell, and take a kid fishing. We will see you...
where'd you go? On the lake.
Thanks, guys.